Taxes on an Australian working holiday visa 417. Here's everything you need to know. Make sure you hang around to the end of the video because I'm going to tell you some key information that can potentially save you thousands in tax. I know taxes are not a hot topic. No one wants to think about them. Taxes are obviously horrible, but they are very important to sort of know about them and to plan accordingly and to just be aware. So as soon as you earn $1, and this is nothing to do with FIFO, this is just like any job at all. If you're coming over and you're working on a working holiday visa, whenever you earn $1 all the way up to $45,000, you'll be getting taxed at 15%. Once you go over that 45,000, you will then be in the next higher tax bracket, and that bracket is from 45,000 all the way to 135, and you will be taxed in that bracket at 30%. Whenever you earn over 135 all the way to 190, you'll be taxed 37%. And anything over 190, you'll be getting taxed 45%, which is loads, but I'm sure a lot of us here are not going to make it into that bracket, so we don't need to worry about that one. At the very beginning, people on a working holiday visa, you're loving life because like all your first load of wages right up until 45,000 are like loads, and you should be reaching that like fairly quickly. Well, if you're working in FIFO, that'll probably take you like, I'd say like 3 months, something like that. So if you think about it, like because you're only getting taxed 15% and it's so low, I'm actually making more in the week compared to someone that's on like a way higher hourly rate because they're paying so much more in tax. I remember in my last job, I showed my pay slip to the boilermaker, the welder guy, and he was like, "Holy hell! Like, how are you making that much in a week? How come you're paying so little in tax?" I'm pretty sure like his tax was like, I think it was like $2,700 every week it was going to tax, but me on the working holiday visa was only like $600. So me who'd just shown up, hadn't a clue, was completely brand new, had no experience, was actually making more at the end of the week than a boilermaker who'd been in the industry for like 20 years. Another very important bit of information is the end of the financial year in Australia is the 30th of June. So you're on the working holiday visa and you're earning and you're up probably in like the higher tax bracket. See, as soon as the 30th of June comes, that resets again back to zero. So then you're earning from 1 to 45,000 on 15% tax again. So you're in that lower bracket. So like use the end of the financial year to your advantage. I only learned this like from my first year. So this is information in my guide, but I'll tell you anyway. So if you can time it to like be working around sort of March time, I would say, by the time you hit the 30th of June, you will be up in and around that 45,000 mark. And then as soon as paying 15%, and as soon as the 30th of June happens, that'll reset back to zero, and then you'll be earning from 1 to 45,000 again on 15% tax. So plan your trip accordingly. And when it comes to actually paying your tax at the end of the year, you can do it through an app called the ATO. You can do it yourself, but you can also like hire an accountant. I did my very first one myself because like it wasn't really that much, but my big one, whenever I earned 141,000, I did get an accountant to try and like sort of that shit out for me. You can claim a lot of tax back for the likes of the tickets that you get, your workwear, like there's a good few things that you can claim back. I'll make another video about all that because I'm actually about to be doing this, like it's sort of now tax time, so I'm going to be sitting down with the accountant and going through all that kind of stuff. So I'll let everybody know what I was able to deduct for my tax. Also, another important point, whenever you're employed, you want to make sure that you're on the right tax code. So people be on a TFN and make sure you give your tax file number, your TFN, to your employer, so they know you've got that and you're taxed accordingly. If you fail to do this, you're going to be getting taxed as if you're not even on tax file number, and it's going to be way higher. So yeah, that's another thing to think about as well. Hope that's helpful for anybody. If you have any other questions, get them in the comments below because I'm sure other people have them. And if you have any other wisdom about claiming taxes back or whatever it is, also get them in the comments and start a bit of a discussion. Any questions that you have as well, just hit me up on Instagram. I'd rather you message me on Instagram, send me a DM, because I'd rather voice reply to all of them rather than like me texting, typing out millions and millions of messages. It's just way faster for me. So I'll chat to you soon. Thank you very much.